It literally sickens me the fact that the majority of barbers do not give a shit about money. And the majority of barbers really think that success is staying complacent, making 4K a month. And it sickens me because these are people who are holding themselves back and then complain that they don't have money. And they complain about taxes and they evade taxes. And they're like these low-level life scum people. I think the barber industry is very far behind because nobody wants fucking money. Nobody wants to make money. Every time I get on a call with a barber, it's almost the same song and dance at this point in time. Everybody's too scared to actually go get what they want. It is almost ridiculous at this point in time. Literally every barber, like, oh man, I'm making like 4K. What do you want to make? Oh man, I think 6K would be great. What the fuck? Who the fuck wants to just make 6K for the rest of their life? I'm more than sure you listening, like imagine like 6K is not bad money, but holy fuck. That's nothing to be proud about. That's like good starter money if you don't have a fat wife, family, and kids, right? And I met up with South Bay Chris last night. We actually went to dinner here in downtown LA. And we were going out, and like, of course, he's been going through some fluctuations with his effort level, awareness level, and we kind of pinpointed to like one key thing. He hangs out with low-level people who don't give a fuck about money. And Chris is somebody who gives a fuck about money and wants to build a business. That's why he has success. It's like no secret, right? Like, people who make money care about making money. And people who are broke, and if you are broke, there is something, no matter what you think of yourself, you just didn't give a fuck about money. And that's, if you like being broke, stay there. But if you don't like being broke, then wake the fuck up, right? And we had to go over this, like, Chris, like, dude, like, you're fucking talented as hell. Why are you hanging out with these scum people who can't focus on a damn thing to save their life, who aren't doing anything, are pretty much low-life boys, not even men. And I think a majority of the barber industry as well, too. Barbers that I know that I work with even inside the EM program, I hear some people struggle with this as well, too, in terms of like, look, you never let go of old friends, family, all these people that just like don't have the same goals as you. Shit, it could be even your mom and dad. That like legit, they could love you all they want to, right? Their beliefs as a person have only got them to this far in life. You see the results that they've gotten, right? You see the results in terms of like how much money they're making, their lifestyle, what they're able to afford, what they're not able to afford, how they're stressed out, what they're stressed out about. And you see what problems that comes. And guess what? You have been programmed with the same beliefs. Because guess who raised them, right? Or guess who raised you? Your fucking parents. And a lot of times too, when we grow up we tend to like flock and like gravitate towards people who have like-minded beliefs like us because it's easier to get along with each other, right? You wouldn't see somebody who has like opposite beliefs. You wouldn't see some fucking kid. Like, do you remember like in fucking like elementary school and like high school? Like, you could think back on like the super liberal kids and the super like Republicans, like people who were like hyper, politically, even back then. They never fucked with each other, right? They all hung out in their like little cliques. And so when you start seeing even that breakdown, you start building out a worldview because you think the rest of the world should think like your little grouping, yet your little grouping is just made up of like stupid beliefs that got passed down to you unknowingly, and you just adopted them. Now this is affecting your ability to dictate what you want to do with your life. And if you're running a business, like you are as a barber, you are a business, it is affecting the way you are trying to scale your business, and it's holding you back because you think you should be fucking grateful, because you think you're going to be a bad person if you raise prices, because you think you should take care of fucking people. People should take care of their goddamn selves like you need to be taking care of your goddamn self. You need to be focused on your business and scaling that up instead of trying to be this fucking martyr figure, taking care of everybody while your life sucks ass. Because guess what? Probably for the last couple of years, for the last 6 months, for the last 2 weeks, it's been sucking major ass because of you just doing this damn thing of trying to help people, and you haven't helped yourself not once. It bleeds into like the way barbers like run business and how they think of money. Like I remember I was talking about this on an Elevated Mentorship Q&A call one time, just about how I view money. I don't own money. Like I'm just borrowing it, right? And I'm utilizing it as a tool. And money for me allows me to go ahead and build and buy skill sets and develop skill sets and talk to new people and get new information into my space and get new, you can call them mentors or peers in my inner circle, so I can learn also more, so I can advance myself into the world and actually be a net positive, right? In terms of business. Yet a lot of people, a lot of barbers think money is just a thing that they can like buy cool stuff with, that they need to hold on to and protect, right? I can't even tell you how much of a headache it is to hear a barber say they're making like fucking like 8K a month. Dude, you're making 100K. I'm sorry, can we fucking like make 100K actually like legit be as stupid as it fucking sounds? It's only 100K. Think about after taxes. Think about what's left in your bank account. It's really not that much. You're really not doing that much damage. I don't get why so many fucking barbers think 100K, making 100K a year is this amazing feat. It's really fucking not. Even we have barbers in the program who are doing well over 240K a year. And I'm still like, cool, can we get to 300? Can we get to 400? Fuck, there was a barber I'm talking to right now who we're working with inside the program. He wants to get up to 50K a month. We're trying to set him up with a plan with that. The majority of barbers, they're like, oh man, I don't know, I'm at 2K. I would like to get up to 3K. For what? What is that really going to change? Why would you continue doing this much work? I mean, do you really like just feel that comfortable in life to where you just like sucking? You probably just like sucking life's dick. Life is just fucking you, and you're like, thank God I'm getting fucked right now by life. Seriously, you're making 2 fucking K. So for some reason, it's glorified as a barber to make 100K. Dude, like, legit, that's so fucking average. I'm pretty sure I could Google right now, I mean, it's probably not below average, but average is probably like, I don't know, 50. Like, people have to understand maybe what a business generally makes. How much does a small fucking business make? God fucking damn, even this is low, right? We have such lazy fucks. 49K? A small business owner with 5 to 10 years of experience earn on average 70K per year. I'm sorry, if I'm working 5 to 10 fucking years and only making 70 fucking K a year, I'm considering myself a fucking loser. People making it seem like this is okay. This is not okay. Everybody's fine with being below fucking average. I don't get the appeal of everybody saying, I'm a 6-figure barber. So what? You finally got to somewhere where it's like, you're below dog ass, now you're just ass. You still don't have fucking money. What are you expecting to do? If you actually see barbering as a vehicle, what's the vehicle actually getting you to? 100K a fucking year? That's it? Again, you need to be figure jumping. Every business. Okay, barbering can definitely be multiple 6 figures a year. 200, I want to even like get a barber up to making at least consistently 300K a year. I want to be able to say that Elevated Measures can produce that. We haven't done that yet. I'm just saying, okay? 100K, fucking pointless. Like after all the bills you pay, and you should be paying your fucking taxes. All hard for what? A measly 20K? Maybe. Leftover? Maybe. Because like your goals are way too low. Our industry right now is run by a bunch of scum-minded people. Scum, low-level, low-thinking bacteria. Small thinking people, like it's just microscopic thinking, right? He wants to actually do anything great. You can't blame the fucking dumbass motherfuckers who want to undercut everybody. Oh, but everybody's undercutting. So what? You just fucking build a business that can actually like scale. Oh, wait a minute, you don't know how to. Go learn, right? Apply yourself and do something. Like, don't just sit there and do nothing. Sit there for another month. Twiddling your thumbs, cutting the same 5 people every week. Not cutting 5 people, like let's say you have recurring clients, right? Stop cutting the same goddamn people weekly, bi-weekly, waiting for something to change. It's not gonna change. There's barbers who have been doing this for 10, 15 years. To probably a good portion of you over the last year to 2 years on a call. Sad to say, I'm willing to bet majority of you got on another phone call right now. Almost the identical business or identical situation that you're still in. You might be making a little bit more, but you're still fucked. You're still stuck. You still don't know what to do. And that is like hell. Why would you allow yourself to continue to forward in that type of business and also live a life like that? You're just wasting time, right? You're legit wasting time. I'm not even that fucking old. I'm 28 years old. And I already am like thinking like, fuck, I would want to be 21 again and have time, because I would trade all the money I have right now, go back to 21 years old again and be like, great, let's fucking go. And at the end of the day, that's all anybody has. That's the only real value anybody has. And in fact, that's really what money buys you. Money buys you a shorter time frame to get to your goal. Go ahead and whatever money you have, that's not your money, that's just your tool, and you can trade that to get ahead in the game. It's like Monopoly. You get fucking 3 steps, 4 steps, 10 steps ahead. Probably the worst game like analogy possible, because you don't do that like unless you roll a dice. But you get what I'm trying to say at least, right? I guess it's like Super Mario Brothers, where you get the little fucking thing and you go like zoom. Again, a terrible analogy, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. If you're making money just to hold on to it, that's a form of scarcity. If you're making money just to hold on to it, just so you can see a higher number in the bank account, you're running a business in the form of scarcity, because that money is not yours. And as well, that money is not doing anything unless you put it to work. Now, I'm not saying go ahead and start investing or go ahead and start like, getting into crypto and all that shit, because I think, in my opinion, look, you need to be able to get the business up first. Get a nice income, like 15, 20K a month. Something at least to where you are clearing each and every single month 10, because you're clearing 10K in profit. And like ideally, if you can think about this, if you can have 10K every single month of play money to play in a certain market, then you can go ahead and play in a market. If you don't have that, I wouldn't touch anything. And then for me personally, I would be like, cool, you got 10K. Why not have 20K worth of play money? Right? How far can you really push it? To play money is not like fucking around. Play money is like, all right, well, I have this money. Now let me go ahead and put that into crypto, stocks, whatever you want to fucking do after that, right? For some reason, every barber wants to go ahead and get all fidgety at like making 4K, or once they make 100K, oh my God, I'm making so much money. The IRS does not give a shit about you. They're not looking at what you're doing. You're not making that much money. It is 100 fucking K. It is really not that much money. You walk down the street and there's probably 7 people who are making 3 times more than you, 5 times more than you, especially in LA. You have to think of these things objectively. Cool, I did it. I'm really still not doing shit. Made 100 fucking K. Guess how much Elon made? How much did Elon make? How much did Elon make last year? How much did Elon Musk make last year? Elon Musk added $121 billion to his fortune. What is 121 billion divided by 365? Every single day last year, or on average, Elon made 331,506,849 per day. Good shit, you made 100K a year. Good shit, Barber. There's something about a per hour here, but I gotta read this study. Elon Musk made $13,812,785 per hour. So why as a barber are you all hyped up for making 100K a year? When you start seeing this, and it's not, again, too, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen. You could do one of 2 things. And I see majority of people doing the first. Majority of people in barbers, when they hear this, they get depressed as fuck. They curl up in a little fetal position, suck on their fucking thumb, and say, woe is me, I suck. And just stay there, right? And the very few people, the South Bay Chris's, right? The Joey Maluskis, the Greg, I can't even say his last name, Katz, right? Barbers who get like really hyped up about making money. I also work with an EM program. These guys see that and be like, holy fuck, I gotta get on my shit. Let's fucking go. I can get that. Awesome. Let's do it. You have to be excited about how much you suck right now. But the way you're taking it, and guess what? This is how you, like, again, we can come back to how you've been programmed, like from your parents and everything of that sort, and how you grew up. Everybody in your life, if they don't have fucking success, they definitely don't think like this at all. Oh, are you okay? Shut the fuck up. You should be excited. Because you just learned, holy shit, everything I'm doing is wrong. Great. Now I get to go learn what is right. You get me? Yet the barber industry, I'm thinking about even posting these videos on fucking YouTube, right? I want to make some TikToks and like Instagram reels from this, because I'm willing to bet we're going to get some dumb fucks in the comments. Money isn't everything. Great. You give your whole entire money away and live on the streets and see how far you get. Today, I was driving. I got a couple new piercings for those of you who are watching either on YouTube or on Spotify or maybe on this recording. I got a few new piercings today, 3 in total. And as I was driving, I live in downtown Los Angeles, and I had to drive to Redondo, which is about a 45-minute drive. Not too bad. I like this piercing shop out in Redondo. It's called NV Body Piercing. They have really good jewelry, right? Rose always takes great care of me. I went over there, and as I'm going over there, there was like at a gas station, you know, people all of a sudden go walk in the middle of the street, and there was a funeral fund going on, right? And I'm like, this person's like looking me dead in the eye, and I'm looking them dead in the eye. I'm not like trying to ignore them. I'm looking dead in the eye, looking me dead in the eye, like holding up something, like I'm gonna give him some fucking money. And I'm thinking, okay, hold on. So you guys are in this position because nobody in your family has taken care of anything in their lives to make money. And now that you are reaping the benefits of short-term gratification, if you will, because I'm willing to bet I could find a bunch of gaming systems. I wonder what you guys are doing on the weekends and on your free time. Who's just indulging in a bunch of dumb shit. You rather have short-term gratification, and now you're reaping the, not benefits, but you're reaping what you sowed from that when tragedy happens. Because guess what? Life is going to happen. And now guess what you have to do? You're going to come to somebody like myself who, in those moments, I actually delayed short-term gratification. I delayed being lazy. I guess what? I want to sleep in. I don't want to wake up at 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. and go to my desk and start working. I don't want to hit the fucking gym all the goddamn. I don't want to be able to like go on the steps, right? But I do it because I know I'm trading this right now to get everything that I want in the future. So you were telling me because you didn't want to go ahead and do that when it was your time, and you had all this time to take care of this, by the way. Not only did you have all this time, but you also had everybody in your inner circle had all their time to take care of this. And not one of you stood the fuck up and did something to push you and your family ahead. And now that there's a tragedy, you want to go ahead and pawn for money or ask for money from others because you didn't take care of your own shit. Please tell me where the logic ends. Please tell me what happened to this logic here. And this is the same thing that happens in the barber industry. Something is going to happen. And if you don't take care of your business right now, if you are staying complacent, you are going to get got. I hope and I pray to God that does not happen to anyone who's listening to this, right? Because I hope every single one of you is actually going ahead and get up off your ass and to get something, improve the business. But if you don't be surprised if one day something happens and you are not prepared. You can't do that, especially as a man. And I know what somebody's, oh man, but it's so hard. It's not. It's really not, right? It's really not that. You just get up and start doing something productive. It's literally compounding interest, right? The first thing is you have to desire something. Now, this is something I'm probably going to start talking about a little bit more because I don't think anybody in the goddamn barber industry has any desire for money because it's obvious reasons, right? Having a desire, and this is a phenomenal quote by, I'm going to fucking murder his name, but it's Naval. You could just research, Google Naval, Naval. He's been on a lot of he's been on Joe Rogan podcast. There's a book called Naval, whatever his last name is, I can't pronounce it. The Almanac, really good book. Desire is you making an agreement with yourself to be unhappy until you get the thing that you are desiring. Like, that's beautiful. And it's actually very true. Because you have to be okay being so pissed off with what you currently have. I wake up every day pissed off that I am not where I want to be at. I even had a conversation with South Bay Chris last night. He's the same exact way. I was like, thank you. That's how everybody needs to think. You need to look at your life and be like, what the fuck have I done? This is a sack of shit compared to what I know I want and what I'm capable of getting. Why am I still here? Why am I still here? If you're not having that conversation with yourself every single day and every single time, the thing that's been getting you off the mark or getting you behind, you need to have that conversation with yourself. Why am I still here? It's because I keep on making this dumb decision. It's because I keep on doing this. Because I won't take that next step. And I keep putting this thing off. You have to hate where you're at right now. Because without that, you are content with where you're at right now. And content and happiness is peaceful. It is. I don't think if you're trying to grow, it should be peaceful at all. It is a war on your old self. If you're trying to grow, you are trying to improve on something, which means something is deficient, something is lacking. You are trying to outgrow something of old. You are trying to become something new and better, right? Hopefully better. You are trying to outdo that old program. You have to wake up pissed off. You have to desire money. You have to, at some point in time, come to an agreement with yourself that you will be unhappy for a very, very long time until you get a specific amount of money. Oh, but it's just not, is it all about money? No, it's about actually just achieving something and working towards something. And everything that money has to offer is something to work toward. Because once you get the money, whatever amount that you first had initially thought, all right, cool. It's just, what's next? I want to get back to that thrill. I want to get back to that. I was telling Chris last night, I'm just always try to be, and if you're watching the video, this would be a better, like, it'll make sense to you. I always try to be like this. If this is my goal, many of you are trying to be like, okay, this is the money I want to make, but I can go ahead and easily grab it. It's not that fun to make, right? I don't want to say dangerous, but it's not that difficult. And it's not that stimulating to do. You need something that stimulates you, right? If all I had to do was fucking like pick up a pen all day long and I can make money, it's not stimulating. At some point in time, I'm just gonna like stop doing it because it's like not fun. It's not stimulating for me. Why are video games so addicting? It's stimulating. Why is social media so addicting? It's stimulating, right? Why do you think so many fucking young boys are watching porn all the goddamn time, right? Stimulating. Fucking liking everything, right? It's all stimulation. The way you can hack this is create the goal, make the goal stimulation for yourself. The way you do that, it's not that you can easily grasp it. Stop coming up with realistic fucking goals. I hate this shit, right? I hate when a barber says, well, I think realistically I can do. No. What is that thing where it's right here and you're all the way stretched out and you're just like the very edge. You're trying to stretch yourself out even more. You can't even touch it. You're like, oh, I can get that, but oh my God, it's right there, right? But it's just out of reach. That thing. And it's not the thing where it comes easy. It's the thing that's going to sound scary. Like, oh man, whoa, that would be cool to do. And you're going to think low all the time on this. I still find myself thinking low on goals. I'm like, all right, cool. The next one has to be here, right? Because I got to achieve this one. Okay, next one's here. But you have to start doing this practice. You have to start at least desiring something. Come to that agreement and then make that agreement out of reach for you. Otherwise, it's nothing stimulating. It's going to be boring. You're going to be like, what's the point of making money? You're going to go into like these fucking dumbass little monk bullshit things of like these all fucking dumbasses who just think like J. Cole was like, oh my God, J. Cole's so right, this thing, and Big Sean, oh my God. I don't want to call it J. Cole and Big Sean, but you know, just look at their fans, right? They all talk about, man, money's not everything, because you're not getting stimulated. Don't chase being peaceful. Chase being better. Chase development. Chase stress, not bad stress, but good stress. To trace good stimulation. Until you start taking money seriously, you're not going to actually see money. I don't know why barbers are still like this, but I want to start making more content that really goes against the grain of what typical barbers are like. And I already know I'm going to get a lot of flack for it. I already know that a lot of people in the industry who probably just don't agree with my message are probably going to even disagree with this even more. But I don't really care anymore because I'm tired of seeing barbers being average when they have the potential to be great. But because they want to go ahead and be lazy, sloppy, ignorant, not apply themselves, they never achieve what they can possibly do in their life. And that frustrates me. Because like a lot of you who are listening right now, like you have every potential to do just as good or even better than me. And everybody has the same potential to be just as good or even better as like Elon if they really wanted to apply themselves. It's going to take a fuck ton of work, right? And you have a fuck ton of work to like catch up on. But there is going to be somebody who makes more money than Elon at some point in time. Somebody's going to come with a better business. Because at first it was Gates. Bezos, Elon's run, forever. But that shouldn't deter you from at least wanting the glory. That shouldn't deter you from at least wanting to try and to apply yourself. Because there's nothing respectable about not trying. And there's nothing respectable about pointing from the sidelines. Because I've seen the new era of barbering grow from 12 students on a Q&A call to 12 students in the program to now 350 customers. These are barbers all around the world. I just remember when it was me and just South Bay Chris. And we would just talk on the phone every once a week for about an hour. So when I tell you, you can apply yourself and do something, especially as a barber, and it starts with your actual desires, because I've actually gone through this. I've actually had to have these conversations with myself. Whether you were somebody who was actually watching me back in 2017, 2018, and started seeing the buddings of this, right? When I was up awake at 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep because my brain was wrapped around this endless possibility thing, right? What could I do? What can I achieve? And I just allowed myself to think about it. I really challenge everybody who's listening to this, like, you need to think about money for a better portion of like your day, for at least one day out of the week. Take one day, don't talk to anybody. Just put in headphones and listen to music or something that gets you hyped up. Put in music that's like all about getting money too. Don't listen to these peaceful little bullshits or like, you know, some dumbass shit. Listen to something that's going to get you wanting to make money. I will even go as far as I will research an artist, and if I don't align with like their values in terms of making money, and I can tell they're a soft little dumbass motherfucker, because I want to protect my mental energy and where my mind is at all fucking times, especially running a company. But you need to be able to at least think about money at least one day for about like 6 to 12 hours, and just think about money, and just start doing some math. Think about, well, just think about your favorite artist. I thought about it like Kanye West. How much does Kanye West make in 2021? We just did Elon. How much does Elon make in 2021? He made that much. Okay, how much is that per day? And just start trying to grasp the idea of money. How much money is actually out there to be made? People are actually making this type of money. It's just the fact that you haven't been thinking about it at all, and you haven't done the work. You haven't questioned what your beliefs were. You haven't thought about like what possibilities were. You haven't searched for what money is. Put it this way. Your idea of money is what people around you is how much people around you talk about money. And people around you think talking about money is like sacred. Oh, you should never ask somebody how much they make. Oh, it's rude to ask about that. Oh, it's improper to tell people how much you make. Yeah, because if you're a brokey, you don't want people to find out. You have to allow yourself to want money in order to make money. Money is not going to just show up just because you work hard. It's just not. I tried that for 2 years, charging $16, and I hated my life and I was depressed as a barber. Money is only going to come to you if you desire it, number one. If you set your life up properly, number two. Meaning like what you consume on a day-to-day basis. And if you allow yourself to be unhappy for a very long time until you get a certain amount of money. Because if you're happy without money right now, you are not going to be pushing yourself to that next level to get even more money. It's just going to be impossible. You're going to stay exactly where you're at. So you have two choices. You could stay exactly where you're at, make the same amount of money, and have your little piece. But guess what? You might be that individual who, when a tragedy happens, you're going to be at a not garage sale, but you're going to be at a gas station holding a sign, asking for money because you didn't take care of your work when you need to take care of it. Or you can say to yourself, all right, I'm willing to trade my happiness in the short term for this position in the long term. And I'm willing to make that trade. Because so far you've been making that trade unknowingly with yourself. You've been trading money for comfort. You've been trading, your self-respect for comfort. And the majority of your barber, people who you probably cut hair with, are not going to agree with you either. You shouldn't look for barbers who are going to agree with you on their money values. Because guess what? The majority of the barber industry just doesn't care about money. They don't give a fuck. And it's the reason why they make $4 to $6K per month. It's the reason why they have bills. It's the reason why they're on child support and living month to month. They wonder why they're not making more money. Yet they wonder why they shouldn't be just given something for free. Like us as the barber industry needs to step the fuck up. Because we've been dropping the ball. And it's not going to start with anybody hopping on a soapbox talking about it. The only reason why I'm talking about it is because, like, everybody else is too fucking caught up in their dumb bullshit to go and talk about something like this. Everybody's too caught up in, like, oh, you got to wipe your client's nuts. You better sell some products. That's how you make real money. Okay, you fucking $100K barber per year, right? Stay there then. Stay in the kiddie pool. Or you can go play with the big boys. I haven't been on top of my podcasting game to get into. I run a company full time, right? I run the New Era Barbering. Start my days at 5:30, 6 a.m. I have about 3 meetings prior before I even have to be, or I start some work and I have 3 meetings. And then after that, I have about 3 more meetings after I get back home from the gym. And then by that time, it's already 8 p.m. But I definitely want to be able to put out more content. If you found this, look, you should probably share this if you found this of value. Because again, it gives me feedback because I get to see, okay, cool, what topics are people wanting to hear more of? If you felt I was valuable and you want more people to hear this, if you want me to continue speaking on or like continue just diving into this, share it with one person that's helped, that you feel like would benefit from hearing this. Because that gives me feedback, all right, cool. This is what we need to be able to like fix in the barber industry. Because it doesn't start, again, too, with somebody just standing up and saying something. It starts with you, the listener right now. Yes, you listening to this, whether you're in your car, you're cutting in the barbershop, you're at the gym, or you're at home just listening to this. It's going to start with you at least stepping the fuck up and taking charge of your own business. Not saying a damn thing, but just all of a sudden knowing you're going to need to get this business up to 15 to 20K per month. And stop with the excuses. You have to be able to just focus on yourself first because nobody else is going to want to follow you on this. You have to be the leader in this thing. You have to show other people that it's possible through your actions, not your words. That's why I've just been always working since 2016, 2017, trying to build this thing out. I keep on saying this, watch in the next 5 years what we're going to be able to accomplish. Because for those of you who've been listening, have been listening for the past 3-4 years, you've already seen a major transformation. You've already seen what we've been able to accomplish in New Era Barbering. And we're not even scratching the surface yet, in my opinion. Again, if you've been slacking on at least joining and working with us inside the program and work with me and actually getting help to do this, there's always a book to call link. My bigger thing is, look, if you've been slacking on even booking a call, wake the fuck up moment, right? Because you've probably just been telling yourself the same bullshit story of like, I'll get to it later, or I'm not in the right moment right now. Yeah, you see all the barbers we've been able to have success with inside of the program, and you will still see barbers who will have even greater success in the few coming months as well too. So why can't it be you? Always know where the call link's at. Other than that, again, if you felt this podcast was of value, make sure you like and share with one friend. Make sure you leave a review for the podcast as well too. One last thing, make sure you actually go after what you want to desire in life, right? Make sure you are actually desiring money, because otherwise you will not get it at all. And you will stay exactly where you're at, and you'll wonder 5 years, 10 years from now, what if? Why did I continue doing exactly what I knew not to do? Because guess what? It's not that hard. You just allow yourself to be comfortable right now, and you allow yourself to not desire and be unhappy and be angry with where you're at right now. So start with that.